mean, we just got rid of the top 5 cards, and there were no lands in them. So there can't be, you know, we'd have to be digging pretty darn deep. Greetings, everyone. I am glad to be here, and I'm glad that you are here. Happy holidays to everybody. We are going to do a holiday-themed Brawl deck. As it turns out, the only, you know, we had to go with red and green. That was dictated, right? It's, you know, holiday colors there. And Grumgully the Generous? I mean, come on. So there's just no other way about it. As it turns out, though, there aren't a ton of holiday-themed cards in those colors, unfortunately. We did the best we could with things like Cathartic Reunion and a Gift, Strength, as well as the Relic Robber, who gives people gifts, whether they want them or not. Things like that, but, you know, as it turns out, there weren't a ton of other ways of working in holiday-related puns, but in the Christmas spirit and all of that sort of thing, we are going to try and do a little bit of red and green action for the holiday season, and I would like to invite you all to join me. I'm not going to lie, there's not a ton of... I wouldn't say this deck is extraordinarily unique for a Gruul deck. We're trying to run Grumgully, so there's counters with the Ozolith. There's... the Shadow Spear, because gods are a pretty common commander. Things like Plothus, things like whatever the black-white god is. Darn it. You know, so being able to take away their indestructible, very good. But, you know, these are kind of just brawl things, you know. So the Escape to the Wilds, you know, going to Grandma's house, all that kind of stuff, you know, seems like a great time. And, of course, the Great Henge, you know, our tree. So, you know, but, folks, come on, let's go play some games. Hopefully have a great time. I'll look forward to seeing you there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are up against Mayor McNaked. All right, Mayor McNaked, good luck. I mean, we're on the play. This hand is almost there, but not quite. I think we are going to take a mulligan. Feels bad, but all right. Well, this hand isn't nearly as terrible, so we're going to keep this one. Yeah, we're going to keep an untapped land. I think that's good. So far, all of our lands are tapped lands, and that part's less exciting, right? But I think this is fine. All right. Opponent on Aura casts Archfiend's Vessel. And yeah, let's just go ahead and let this land enter tapped, I do believe. Mayor McNaked, thinking things over, goes with a Plains. Yeah, looks like they're going to be... Ooh, casting Anointed Chorister. All right, fair enough. Gaining a life. We're going to lose a life. All right, let's just go ahead, get down Grumgully the Generous, and pass the turn. Darn it, folks, we're on a little bit of meme here, so we're gonna start with the memes as best we can. And good luck, opponent. All right. Oh boy, they don't kill Grumgully. That is fantastic news. Holy cow, folks. Yeah, we're going to just immediately start getting some value off of this. By getting the Kazandu Mammoth down. We're not going to crack the fetch land yet. There's no reason to do that. Just going to go ahead and pass. Opponent now has to deal with a Grumgully and a 4/4 that gets bigger with land drops. Feels good, man. I am worried. All right. Apparently we don't have much cause to be worried this turn, right? But on upcoming turns, don't kill our Kazandu Mammoth. All right, opponent appears to not be killing it. We do want it to survive for our Great Henge cost reduction here. All right, feels good. All right, yeah, let's just go ahead and cast the Maze Mind Tome. I guess we could have done that post-combat. Get in with Kazandu Mammoth. See what our opponent has to say about that. I assume it's just a chump with Archfiend's Vessel. They probably want to get that into the graveyard so they can reanimate it in some way, would be my guess. Yeah, sure enough. These things all entirely reasonable. We're going to lose a life for the trouble and probably lose more in the future here. Probably the immediate future, as it were, right? But all right, yeah, opponent gaining some life with Scoured Barrens, making us lose some life with Marauding Blight Priest. Thinking things over. Cannot cast the Aura just yet. It's Soul Mender. All right, this card starting to get annoying. I think we're absolutely going to crack the Fabled Passage here. Even though that does mean our Kazandu Mammoth isn't as big next turn, I think drawing the card is better. You know, with any luck, we'll also be able to hit a land drop this way. So, yeah. Don't need a ton of red sources, but having the second seems like a good idea. Maze Mind Tome. Put a card in our hand. Sure enough, it's Vivien, Monster's Advocate. That's a good one. Pretty happy about that. Oh boy. Well, let's start. All right, let's start here, I guess. Opponent's certainly not going to have a counterspell. And we're not likely to be able to make use of the one remaining mana here. Without any way of making the Kogla indestructible, I think we would rather have Feasting Troll King come in, because if they do have a removal spell for the mana here, the Feasting Troll King at least just comes right on back, you know? It also is a gigantic kind of must-answer threat that the opponent may or may not be able to answer, right? So we're going to go ahead and start here. Mutating the Auspicious Starrix, always something we're pretty excited about doing, but not, you know, there's just the one mutate here, so we would get just whatever the top card is onto the battlefield, which could be good, but it's just as likely to be, you know, another land or something. So I think getting some Vigilance and Trample Down, making it so our opponent really doesn't have forever here. This is a serious clock. All right, yeah, this is kind of what we were thinking might happen. So, opponent gets down Aura, Skyclave, Hierophant. This will enable them to do some reanimating from the bin sort of thing, right? And of course, we're going to do our best to prevent that very thing from happening. So let's just slam Kogla, Titan Ape. We're gonna kill the Aura right now. Wow, okay. Yeah, going to get a counter, going to draw a card. It's a land drop. Fair enough. Aura, meeting a sticky end. Probably going to bring back the Archpriest or Archfiend's Vessel, I would expect. Indeed. Sure. Yeah. Archfiend's Vessel going to exile itself. Come back with a 5/5. Yeah. Well, let's just go ahead, make a land drop, and pass to combat, and then just get in. We're not going to get in with the Grumgully as well. I think that's folly. Our opponent could easily take advantage of the free block here. Indeed. All right. Well, there are some number of 2-drops, folks, so I think we are going to draw the card now. Okay. Yep. Didn't get one. With the Great Henge down, at any time they could come up with a you know, a Banishing Light or something like that to get rid of the Great Henge, and that would set us back some. I think we're in really, really good shape. For the record, I'm not, you know, trying to cry here, you know, I think about our position. I think we're in good shape, but that would set us back some. So trying to get the value off of it during our main phase there, I think was worth it. Opponent doing some life gain. We're doing a little life loss because the Marauding Blight Priest. Opponent getting in with the 5/5 and the 1/1. Wow. Boy, oh boy. That is not expected. Our opponent is facing down an awful lot of damage, folks. Yeah, all right, well, Phylath, World Sculptor, come on down. We're doing this now because we need to make our land drops. And we want to make the land drop after Phylath, but before combat for Kazandu Mammoth. Yeah. Opponent doing their thing. Sure. Oh boy, Lithiform Engine is a heck of a card, for sure. Alright, so, counters going to go on that particular creature. Up to a 5/6. Kazandu Mammoth also getting bigger. And yeah, folks, we are just going to go ahead and take the opportunity to attack with everybody. Yes, that does include Grumgully, because Marauding Blight Priest appears to be pretty central to their game plan, and I don't think we need to advance the board anymore to win the game. If our opponent's going to win the game here, it seems like they'll probably want some form of board sweeper, which means Grumgully's going to die anyway. So I think the 3 damage is worth it here. Yeah, okay. Opponent may be preparing to board wipe, which, you know, I would not describe myself as thrilled about, but I'm also certainly not surprised. Opponent, Village Rites, draws a couple of cards. All right. Well, it could just be they don't actually have the board sweeper yet, but they recognize their only out is a board sweeper. I could see that. So we're actually just going to Vivien Monsters Advocate, so we have some board presence post board sweeper. We're going to go ahead and get down a Reach 3/3, which we will snap off Chump with to the 5/5. Because again, if they just pass the turn right back, we're gonna win, right? Their only shot here is not that. I think that means we're gonna win, folks. I think that means we're gonna win. All right. Yeah, send him in. I mean, we're still gonna chump here because, darn it, I don't want to be made a fool of here. They're out of card, or they're out of mana. They, you know, yeah, okay. Fair enough. This is good news. You know, one of those times, you know, how do you know you're insecure, right? When you start playing around cards that can't possibly ever exist, you know? Whatever. Anyway, good game, opponent. Good game. It was an honor. We will look forward to the next match. All right, folks, we're back. We're up against Blue Husky. Good luck, Blue Husky. Yeah. I mean, this is a hand. We're going to keep it because we have the Scute Swarm Auspicious Starrix combo, and oh boy, we love that. We likely might lose the game here, folks, but here to do good things. Cool things, I should say. Arcane Signet. All right. How about them apples? That's actually kind of a nice draw. The fact that we're not doing anything until turn 3 is really annoying. But we are going to Grumgully. Oh boy. The Gemrazer and Auspicious Starrix? Alright, folks. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. All right, Grumgully. Our only board presence. All right, opponent on 5 mana. What will you do? Going to kill Grumgully? They're doing an awful lot of Grumgully hovering, and I don't like that. Oh, okay, just cultivate. And by just cultivate, I mean that's scary because Phylath, right? But, you know, it definitely could be worse. All right, well, let's start with Llanowar Visionary. Draw a card. Yep. It's a forest. No attackers. Thank you very much, but we will forego that opportunity. Phylath World Sculptor coming on down. Going to make 5 0/1s. 4 1/1 counters going on to one of them. And the Ozolith. Oh boy, folks. Our opponent's got the Ozolith, but we do not. Darn it. Alright, well. Let's just Kogla, kill the Phylath before things get out of hand. Yeah. I'm not thrilled about this situation, but next turn we get to Scute Swarm, mutate onto it, then play our land drop. And that's pretty darned good, I think. We will 100% trade with Questing Beast. Take 4. Yep. These things are just fine, as far as I'm concerned. Yes. Alright. Folks, we're doing it. We are doing it. Yep. Over. That one. Yeah. And Blue Husky scoop up. We didn't even get to do the Auspicious Starrix combo. Darn it. All right. Well, oh well. GG, opponent. GG. We got there. This hand is pretty iffy. We have all the mana we could ever ask for. We do have some card advantage. Our opponent's playing a Shaya, though. I think we're going to go ahead and take the mulligan. Yeah, I think we're happy about that. We have a good 1-drop with the Ozolith. A Tangled Florahedron on 2. Into Grumgully on 3, I think is a perfectly reasonable curve. And then we have Escape the Wilds on 4. So, Kazandu Nectarpot. Alright. Gain a life whenever a land enters. Looks like our opponent's on some pretty hardcore landfall shenanigans, folks. Definitely pretty scared about that. King Kong Toto. Or Tutu. Not sure. Thinking things over. Access to 2 mana currently. Are they missing a land drop? Oh boy, that would be crazy if they were missing a land drop. Yeah, that might actually just put us in the driver's seat right now. As it is, I think we're playing catch up. Because I do think we have to go Grumgully instead of Solemn. I think next turn, it's tough. Solemn advances our mana and gives us access to more. The problem is with Grumgully, it sets us up on future turns a lot better, and our opponent isn't likely to have a ton of interaction. So I think we're going to go with the Grumgully. This is a judgment call, and I can easily see this being the actual correct play. you know, I would really, really like to have the opportunity to play it both ways and see how it pans out, you know? Unfortunately, that's not the way this will work. There's no rewinding the game state and no contacting the opponent to let them know we wanted to do so. So, you know. King Kong 2-2. Thinking things over. They might have disconnected, folks. That actually might have been what happened there. They also could just be roping us. Maybe they missed the land drop and got a little tilted or something. That's entirely possible, but you know, typically I think the more common scenario is yeah, a timeout situation. Or yeah, internet connection thing. All right, escape to the wilds. Holy crud, folks. There wasn't a single land in the top 5 cards. That is absolutely bonkers. Yeah, I do think we're going to get there. I really don't know what's going on with King Toto. But, you know, we are fighting the good fight, so to speak. I think they will concede after next turn, though. Because we are going to Scute Swarm. Okay, they are there. I don't know. We are going to Scute Swarm and mutate Migratory Greathorn onto it. So they finally get their land. And they're playing more briskly. Fair enough. Opponent, Omens of the Hunt. Yeah, folks, this is... I wouldn't be surprised the game actually ends next turn. I kind of want to do cool things, but darn it. Not always an opportunity to do those cool things. All right, Migratory Greathorn going over. Wow. Yep. And land coming out of the deck, making another Migratory Greathorn. Yeah, we're losing all of these cards to exile, folks, and I could not possibly care less. Our opponent's really got to have something very, very good this turn. Otherwise, the game just ends, you know? Okay, Cultivate. I don't think that's going to do it. And maybe they've got something else. Maybe, you know, I don't want to count our chickens before they hatch, so to speak. Well, okay. Darn it. Lotus Cobra is a powerful, powerful magic card, particularly in this archetype. Do we get a land drop? I mean, we just got rid of the top 5 cards, and there were no lands in them. So there can't be, you know, we'd have to be digging pretty darn deep to continue to not see lands. Well, admittedly, we did just shuffle, though, with the Migratory Greathorn. So, you know, shuffling does do a theoretical approximation of random. Boy, oh boy, it is not a land. Well, we're going to start on Cathartic Reunion, then. Discarding these folks. Getting a land, getting 2 lands. Yeah. Then we're just going to go ahead and Solemn. Take the action. Yeah. Got another land. And get in, get in, get in. Pass turn over to our opponent and pray that, yeah, there isn't anything else they can do. Sure enough, there wasn't. I really don't quite know what was going on there, folks, in the early portion. I think it was just, yeah, maybe some internet connectivity issues. But good game, opponent, good game. It was an honor. All right, folks, we are back, and yeah, I had a great time. Honestly, the deck did fine. You know, had some wins, had some losses, you know, went about even or so. So I'm not too broken up about it. I wouldn't say it was thrilling. I do think our meme cards were, you know, probably would have been better as something else. But You know, that's what happens when you play around with memes, you know. The Great Henge, though, obviously a very, very strong tree, as it turns out. On the whole, if we were doing this more seriously, I think probably the Mutate package would be as robust as possible. And, you know, we would get rid of some of these type of cards and look to probably get on the board just a little bit earlier, I think, as well. That said, I did have a great time. And if you have other, you know, Christmas or general holiday related suggestions for the deck that I might have missed, please let me know, because I haven't been playing this on stream tonight. And I like to get as much wordplay, pun, action as possible. So definitely let me know. But I do appreciate you folks just watching the video as long as you did. And just coming in and hanging out. So you folks have a wonderful day, and I will catch you next time.